Right, I'm back. So, is that a Roman Republic? Yes, it is. It does seem that Sardinia Piedmont is going to, as historically, unify Italy, though. Considering they've annexed two Sicilies. Anyway, so. I'm still trying to allocate the budget. The new money in the budget towards productive funds. I may build one more construction sector here. Yeah, why not? I have fractional distillation now, so the one food industry that's producing liquor can produce more, much more. I'll take some glass, which is pricey because I haven't actually invested into lead production. I do have lead over here, though. Just checking to see if there's any other location with lead. Doesn't seem like it. Ah. That's not going to cause any problems whatsoever in the future. Nope. Anyway, this will be my defensive army for holding the line and for all that. I'll have an offensive army with cavalry and more infantry and enough supportive infantry. Why have you built up my sulfur mines so much? Maybe I should build a trade sector. In the region in order to get that set up. Random fascist got exiled. Okay. Okay. Now, the question becomes, what should I do next? Oh, an election. Good. I do quite enjoy those. Rigidity reduction is always appreciated. There we go. Grand Vizier. I could also ban slavery. Or I can focus on public schooling first. Well, the slave movement is weak, so Caliph must accept thanks to the supermajority overriding the veto. Yep. I just need to be careful that the pro-slavery movement does not start to act revolutionarily. Ooh, that's a port number I don't like. Oh boy. The trade unionists and the various more radical party socialists share many goals and tactics in common, but their organizational cohesion is as yet tenuous at best. The Party Socialists have put forth a theory of the party merger, which seeks to combine mass labor organizations with a social democratic vanguard. Brought into existence by Lassalle, German social democracy was the first historic attempt to create a permanent organization of the masses with the majority of the people for class struggle. This is factually incorrect, but I won't get into it. Thanks to Lassalle's political action, and thanks to Marxist theory, German social democracy has radiantly solved this new task. Rosa Luxemburg, 1913. This, I don't know. 2.21, that's surprising. But is it enough? I don't think so. No, I would need like +3. It's too early for such a thing to occur and makes sense. Oh, general died. Fine. I'll sit on this. Set up for a while longer. Wire shortage. It's the batter. It's the power. Who set up a power plant in Yoruba? I would like to know. I can't even use electricity. Well, yeah, I need to have some sort of healthcare. And you've already split the party, haven't you? Hello, communists. Okay, if I ban slavery, things will dramatically improve. Okay. And I can also start using dye inside of paper production. I can also begin, well, once I have that set up, begin the production of bone china over basic ceramics. It's a lot more efficient. But yes, once slavery ban is enacted, I can go ahead and handle things fairly quickly. Shift over to something. I've got a list of reforms I need to get through. Well, I would prefer to do it quickly. Some things are just plain impossible, sadly. Anyway, the Dutch are tightening the screws on former French Senegal. But military updates are certainly starting to go through. The Dutch are somewhat distant. Around 53 troops on their own. If I focus specifically on Denmark, I might be able to get it done without too much trouble. No, wait, that's right. Brazil would defend them, but Brazil has a lot of troops. I can't exactly set up a navy to rival the Dutch. I mean, I can try, but it's not going to work very well. And someone set up a telecoms plant. What? Munitions plant? Okay, that's cool and all. I can't wait to use this, but I can't use it yet. Okay, when I started subsidizing this, I wasn't expecting you to build 3 of them. A third one. Alright, swap over to baking powder. Start researching general staff. Seems like I'm going to need to force it. I want to have that available so that I can do proper military reform within a reasonable amount of time. Then I stand a chance of properly catching up with, countries that have an actual professionalized officer corps, like most of Europe. The ones that don't aren't the great powers. It's good to see that the pharmaceuticals industry is expanding on its own. The main problem with pharmaceuticals is how much water it takes. And also the fact that it takes up liquor. Which is hard to work around. Rather hard to work around. It's getting surprisingly far, but I don't think it's fast enough. I really don't think it's fast enough. There's 16 more months. Ish. 2.5, so that's 4. Okay, this one's a hard maybe, actually. It might reach 100%, it might not. Thing is, I've had this one, I have in the past gotten this specific journal entry multiple times in a row. It waits 5 years and then tries again. Yeah, it's a hard maybe. It might make it. It depends on if that 0.14 above 2.5 is enough to make up for the fact. Yeah. But ban slavery. That should dramatically increase taxes. Okay, maybe not dramatically increase taxes, but at the very least, it makes the aristocrats weaker. And if it makes the aristocrats weaker, it's a good thing. I might be able to push through public schools. Again, the annoying thing is that it lowers labor consciousness target. Public health insurance doesn't do that, but yeah, good luck trying to pass that with a bunch of libs. That one's always a funny thought. Abolish the monarchy? No. Yeah, well, the socialists seem to be interested in that one. Why haven't my radical liberals come in yet? I've got a massive radical movement. The other option is to go for the army thing now and wait on the... I have to do public schooling. It's too important. Just too important. Just redeem some favors. There we go. That's enough to force the accepting. I just need to hope it goes through quickly enough. With reasonable speed. Please. Why is the... How am I supposed to get to 415? Okay, maybe move off of pre-modern diplomacy. But I'm gonna sit on that as long as I can manage. The amount of articles has suddenly dropped. Oh, it's because I banned slavery. Oh no. Great. Okay. It's going to fail. Just kind of hoping it wouldn't. But there's not much I can do about that. Ooh, realism. Oh, I do have an art academy. There's Union Federations unlocked. That makes the threat of a general strike actually... yeah. They have 0 power. 0.4% clout. Yep. It's not unusual. Okay, so what do the Dutch have for troops? Presumably skirmish infantry. Oh, they have trench infantry. It's 1896. What do you already have trench infantry? Their other units are fine. I can work around that, but I'm not going to be able to take on trench infantry at all. Trench infantry are down here. Trench works. Literally. They have as much offense as my cavalry. And 40 defense. Sure, I have more troops than them, but... Okay, this is becoming annoying. Why do you keep building telecoms plants and all that? Don't have to tech for that stuff. Yep. Fun times, fun times. No, this was less expensive than I thought. Oh yeah, I probably should improve mobilization. Upgrade the education institution. Okay, what next? Healthcare is not an easy thing to do, so no. professionalize the army. Once again, I need to do some minor political thing. Oh. I may need to sway the anarchists. Nope, can't do that. I cannot possibly sway you. Great. How difficult is it to sway you? Promise to pass a law. I may need to adjust something. Do something else for a little while. %56.1%, 56.9%. Reopening the unions is not possible right now. Well, I guess I'll go for elected bureaucrats. Will veto. Okay, maybe if I get the military interest. No, actually. Fine, take a tax break. I don't need all that tax money at the moment anyway. But yes, that definitely means I can get rid of all the promote social abilities. And use the increased amount of authority for something. Not entirely sure what yet. Anyone want to reform the military? No. Maybe the modernization one wants it. Yeah, but I have left movement-oriented politics. Okay, glassworks with a single level. Where are my glassworks? Shit. Okay, fine. actually need an iron mine. It's just that the iron mine doesn't have as many people inside, not using as much iron for whatever reason. There we go. Oh, goody. And suddenly the Social Democratic Party becomes ludicrously popular. I mean, increasing literacy is definitely causing an increase in the quantity of political activity in the lower classes. That's what the literacy rate does, after all. The more literate a pop, the more willing it is to interact with politics. And this goes doubly with the lower class. Public education is incredibly important here. Of course, these later ones will come into play, but for right now, not yet. Still need to do things like whatever I can do in order to get around the fact that the nobles have a lot of power and influence. Revolution in Senegal. Oh. Oh, look at that tiny little communist party. Isn't that so silly? Okay, let's get you another government administration here. Thankfully, those are very quick to do. I wonder how much of the penalty is. Well, I don't exactly have much of a choice. It's this or chronic obstructionism. Come on, let me look. Elected bureaucrats. Yeah, institution will become a lot cheaper. Especially considering base institution cost tends to be reduced anyway. Ah, great, moving professional army is going to be even harder now. Thanks to changes brought about by the elections. Ceremonial Caliph. Enjoy! That should make things a little bit more fun. For me, anyway. Benin could use a railway. And it's already being constructed. Excellent. The nice things about having an autonomous construction pool. Certain issues will be handled before you even realize that they're a problem. Anyway, syndicalism. 3.38%. I am getting quite a bit of support for the radical leftist movements, though. And I have an engine shortage. Really? Early motors are just awful. The British flew. Oh no. It's going to spread to me eventually. I'm sure of it. Oh yeah, I probably should improve training, shouldn't I? Now that I have the option. Yeah, population is increasing faster than I can construct things. Which indicates that I definitely should expand construction. Even more so than I already have. Another 2 construction sectors. I'm sure I can afford it, combined with the reinforced concrete. um, yeah. Won't be a problem. Nope. There we go. They increased the construction sector throughput. Yep, there it is. I'm sure construction's going to be a bit more expensive. Yeah, that's a few thousand off. You know, there are more media there you could build in new locations. I'm gonna put that there because it's supplying the university here. I might want to expand. Maximum, yeah, the cap's a bit higher than that. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Especially since the yeah, thanks to that, it's going to be a lot higher. So. I can afford it. Assuming I don't go to war anytime soon. No, I'm not going to afford it for now. Ceremonial Caliph will help. Yeah. Plus 20 from votes. I mean, there's some legislative, yeah, ideological incompatibility. Oh, wow, that's no, it's already increased by a lot, so it should be fine. I'm sure of it. Okay, if I can convince... Why are you against this? Prefers national militia. Must I? Must I? Fine. Thankfully, it shouldn't reduce the size of my military. It just means that I'm going to have some fun times. Can't believe that the village interests broke off like that, though. It's very much annoying because that breaks... Well, it makes the trade unionists the most powerful interest group of them all because they still have all the votes that the village interests have had. Actually, since I have that potential, I could go for public health insurance now. Or free up all the unions. Yeah. This will inevitably make the Liberal Party much stronger because the village interests are the population, one. And they'll allow for a professional army in the next election. I just hope that I can get through public health insurance. The Grand Vizier is the important one here. His ideology no longer matters. It's that of the trade unionist leader. Now the cabinet now has better synergy. Alrighty then. Oh, you're competent enough to give me an extra level of suffrage. I'll take it. That should make the next election even funnier. Because that'll make it that the wealth threshold is no longer 12. It's 6. Which means pretty much everyone can vote so long as they're not completely poor. That will make the village interest dominate. Trade unionists will also be fairly powerful, but average wealth is 15.3 in the trade unionists. It's the village interests that don't have that much wealth. It's at 12.2. So a sizable portion of their population is probably below 12 wealth. This will open it up and make the Liberal Party massive. Because Reformer is a liberal ideology, not a social democratic ideology. I mean, either way, the Alema hate this, and the business interests do as well, so... Let's pick the one with the less mortality. Rather not reduce my population if I can avoid it. Especially considering the session has to end soon, doesn't it? Yeah, there's some urban collectivization going on. Interesting. American Plantation Society. Well, if you're buying up my plantations, I'm actually not... I don't find that problematic. Because it weakens the aristocrats. If it weakens the aristocrats, it's probably good. So, I'm trying to get healthcare passed before the next election because the Social Democratic Party has its influence way overbalanced from the village interests leaving and joining the Liberal Party. I doubt this will stick around. Jeez. The next election is in just under 2 years. If I can manage to get through the next few phases before that happens, yeah. It's 102 days between checkpoints. 102. I might be able to manage it. It has 72% success chance, and it would pass because the... yeesh. Okay. Because I did pass ceremonial caliph along with banning slavery, finally, and public schools. And I've got elected bureaucrats now, so universal pop strength is increased now, even further than it already was. I'm working on getting the rigidity down. It's currently at 82. I've also got several institutions. Why did this lower? Bring this back up. Although then again, I'm not really doing much here anyway. I might be able to pass, yeah, no speech interference. Liberals are in favor of it, so it shouldn't be too hard. This will increase populist movement attraction and labor consciousness, Darden. But most importantly, it increases tech spread, universal pop strength, and lowers political rigidity. Plus, I can free up some bureaucracy for something else. I do have a lot more than I really need, but that's because of synergy. I had it a lot lower until very recently in the session, so... Plus, I've been building up... Yeah, these are from the investments. Foreign investments keeps building electronic components, power plants, telecoms, which are useless for me now. Later on, they will become great and important infrastructure. But right now, no. Similarly, someone has actually built a munitions plant here. I can't use it yet. I will someday, but I need to do reform. I can't do... Annoyingly, I can't do professional army because of the trade unions would prefer to have national militia. I'm not going with national militia. I prefer professional army. Sadly, I can't do officer reform until then, so it's gonna have to wait a while longer. But don't worry, the Liberals are in favor of it, so I just need to wait for the village interests to do their thing over here and give all the votes. The village interests don't care about the difference between peasant levies and professional army. Okay, so it's gonna be the same, isn't it? At the very least, it's gonna be easier to convince the trade unions. And besides, I want the veto from the Caliph is now based on the Grand Vizier, so. Anyway, I think I've gone on long enough. It's at an hour and 15 minutes. Well, 13, but yeah. Stuff has been happening. And yeah. I'll see you again next time. Till then, bye.